So this afternoon we'll just continue our discussion on instantaneous center, no, as I've said. Okay. Naudlot tayo dito sa example number 1. So we'll start from the top. Okay? So, 'di ba, na-discuss ko naman sa inyo paano yung concept ng instantaneous center, how to create, no, or establish an instantaneous center. For this example, no, as itong itong arm AB as it rotates, no. So, ang corresponding motion ng ating piston dito will be, since mayroon siyang guide dyan, and that would be restricted, so reciprocating lang yung magiging movement niya. And then yung B natin will move in this direction as well as in this direction. So kung kukunin natin yung overall or total magnitude of the velocity at point B, ito yung magiging direction niya. Okay? So yan yung V sub B natin. Okay, using instantaneous center concept, 'di ba? Na-discuss ko naman sa inyo paano i-create yung or establish natin yung instantaneous center. So gagawa lang kayo ng parang projection line such that that is always perpendicular to your velocity. For example, dito sa point P, gawa tayo dyan ng parang line, no, that is 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree with the velocity B na direction itong arrow, and together with, okay, you do the same for point T. Dito may piston tayo dyan and moving in this direction, so that is horizontal, no. So gawa kayo ng parang line dyan, and that is perpendicular din dito sa ating velocity at point D. So kung saan siya mag-i-intersect, no, itong B papunta dito, and then D papunta dito sa intersection point, and that intersection point is what we call the instantaneous center, okay, with respect to B and with respect to D. So sabihin natin, this will be equivalent to R, the position vector of point B with respect to its instantaneous center. Okay, and ito naman yung position vector ng ating, or position ng ating point D with respect to its instantaneous center. And then the problem here is ano tong distance na to at saka tong distance na to. Okay, so yan yung problem dyan, no. So madali lang yan, class, because meron naman tayong itong side na to, and diba, if this is 90 degrees, no, sorry, nawala. Okay, if this is 45 degrees, then ito, lahat ng to is 90 degree. So most likely ito is 45 degrees din, tama ba? So i-draw natin yung diagram na yan, no? Magka-create tayo dito ng parang oblique triangle. Having sides, ito 0.4, ito naman is 45 degree. So kukunin natin tong side na to at saka tong side na to. Okay, paano yan, class? Using oblique triangle sine law. Okay, remember, if this is 90 degree, etong part na to is also 90 degree. Okay, if this is 90 degree, then ito is obviously 45 degrees yan. Okay, 45 degrees. Okay, actually pwede na natin di gamitin yung sine law, no, pero since yung sine 90 is just equivalent to 1, pwede natin gamitin is, meron tayo ditong right triangle, ito yung magiging hypotenuse natin, ito namang yung magiging one of our legs. So basically we can use, for example, we can call this x, no, or simply RB IC, and then ito naman RD IC. Okay, yung sa RBIC pwede natin gamitin tangent of 45 degree, ito yung ating angle, so opposite niya is yung RBIC natin, and then all over the tangent, diba, opposite over adjacent, so 0.4. So yung RBIC pala natin is 0.4 tangent 45 degree. Okay, then similarly using triangle pa rin, itong RDIC, yan yung hypotenuse natin. Since ito yung given 0.4, so we can use cosine of 45 degree equivalent to adjacent side, which is 0.4 all over our hypotenuse, which is yung RDIC natin. So yung RDIC pala natin is 0.4 over cosine 45 degree. So, ito yung gagamitin natin for RDIC. Ito naman yung gagamitin natin for RBIC. So, yan yung gagamitin natin ng mga distances with respect to our instantaneous centers. Okay? Itong AB, yung instantaneous center niya is nandito sa A. Okay? Ito yun. Ito pa rin yung instantaneous center natin dyan. Now, yung problem dito is to determine the velocity ng link BD. Okay, angular velocity. Okay, angular velocity ng link BD at saka yung angular velocity ng link AB. Okay. Before natin makuha yung angular velocity ng link BD. Okay. Sorry. Bago natin makuha yung angular velocity ng link BD, AB at saka velocity ng B, since given naman yung velocity at point D which is 3 meter per second, okay, makukuha natin first dito yung angular velocity nitong BD. Paano yan, class? For instantaneous center, okay, remember this one, for instantaneous center, kapag similar yung instantaneous center ng dalawang point on a single na component, for example, itong B at saka D, itong point B at saka D or arm BD, they will have the same angular velocity, ha. So, meaning to say, yung omega, okay, sorry, nawala. Yung omega ng BD, dito na part, no, okay, omega ng B natin is equivalent sa omega ng D natin. Okay, which is equivalent lang din sa omega BD. Okay, remember class, ha, kapag same instantaneous center, if 2 points are sharing the same instantaneous center, yan yung ibig sabihin ko, no. For 2 points, okay, for 2 points sharing the same IC, okay, yung omega niya, okay, yung omega ng B at saka omega ng D is just equivalent sa omega ng BD. Okay, remember that one, ha, for 2 points sharing the same instantaneous center. So, in other words, since given naman yung 3 meter natin for velocity ng D natin, makukuha na natin yung omega D. Okay, so remember natin, yung velocity natin is equivalent sa radius times omega, no? So, since given na yung VD, so gagamitin natin dito is yung R ng D with respect to IC, and then yung omega ng D. Diba? Yung omega ng D is basically equivalent lang sa omega ng BD. So, pwede natin sabihin omega ng BD dito. So, makukuha na natin yung omega BD natin. Since this is 3 meters per second, that is equivalent to yung RDIC natin, which is 0.4, okay, over cosine of 45 degree, then omega BD. Okay, shift solve, makukuha natin yung omega BD to be equivalent to, okay daw, pakikuha ng calculator nyo, class. So, that is 3 cosine 45 all over 0.4. So, yung sagot dito is 5.3. Tama ba, class? 5.3 radians per second. So, yan yung omega BD natin, or the angular velocity of our component BD. Tama ba? Na-verify nyo, class? Hello? Paki-confirm naman. Oh. You can open your mic, no? Okay, similar tayo. Okay, nakuha na natin yung omega BD natin. Then this time, we can now solve for the value ng ating velocity at B. So, diba, sabi ko sa inyo, if 2 points are sharing the same instantaneous center, then they will have the same angular velocity. To solve for VB, or velocity at point B, okay, we can just use the yung position or yung distance ni B from the instantaneous center to be multiplied by its omega, which is equivalent sa omega BD pa rin. Okay? So, yung R dito is yung R ng B with respect to instantaneous center. So, yung velocity ni B pala is, okay, RBIC, which is 0.4 tangent 45, 0.4 tangent 45, and that's to be multiplied by omega BD. Nakuha na natin, that is 5.3. So, yung velocity natin for point P, 0.4 tangent 45, that's to be multiplied by 5.3. So, that is about 2.3 Okay, 2.12. So this is 2.12 meters per second. So yan yung velocity ng point B natin. Okay, sorry. Yan yung velocity ng ating point B. Sorry. Okay. Then for our last unknown, kukunin naman natin yung angular velocity ng ating link B, AB. Okay. Now, since yung B natin nandito din sa link AB, no? So, similar, yung nakuha natin na velocity B, gagamitin natin yan to solve for the angular velocity nitong AB. So, ito yung instantaneous center niya, and ito yung distance ng B with respect to its instantaneous center. So, therefore, we can just simply use, okay, velocity ng B is equivalent sa R ng B with respect to A, which is yung instantaneous center niya dito naman sa link AB, and then yung angular velocity ng ating AB, which is yung pinapahanap. Nakuha naman natin yung velocity ng B, which is 2.12 meters per second, and then yung distance ng B with respect to its instantaneous center, which is at A, so 0.4 lang yan. So 0.4, that is to be multiplied by omega AB. Yan yung kukunin natin, omega AB. So, yung omega AB pala dito is equivalent to 2.12 divide natin by 0.4, and that would give us 5.3 radians per second pa rin. 5.3 radians per second. So, therefore, this is our final answers for this problem. Any questions? You can open your mic, no? If you have questions, and then if wala man din, you can also open your mic, sabihin nyo lang wala. Okay? Do you have questions, class?
None po, sir. None po.
Okay, thank you. Now, proceed tayo dito sa problem number 2. Naka-record ba na ako? Okay. Problem number 2. Okay, the cylinder shown rolls without slipping between the two moving plates E and D. So, meron tayong cylinder dito. It is rolling, no? At the same time, meron tayong two moving plates moving in the direction as shown. So, meron tayong dito sa upper part, meron tayong plate E, and it is moving parang itong belt conveyor class. It's moving in this direction with having magnitude of 0.25 meter per second. And then on the lower part, meron tayong another plate moving in this direction as shown with a magnitude of 0.4 meters per second. Now we are to determine the angular velocity nitong cylinder and the velocity of its center at point C. Now we cannot really assume that yung instantaneous center natin will be the same dito. Okay, we cannot really assume that one, no? Kasi we need to consider itong ating magnitude dito na part at saka dito na part. So, let's just create muna a free body diagram that will represent our problem. So, gawa tayo ng, since isang 0.25 meters per second is relatively smaller than 0.4, so liliitan natin yung ating tawag nito arrow. So gawa muna tayo dito ng parang X and Y axis. So that would represent our intersection C. Ito yun, no? So gawa tayo ng parang arrow. Okay, ito yung arrow natin, maliit lang for 0.25 meters per second. And dito na part, gawa tayo ng arrow mas malaki compare sa ating 0.25, which is 0.4. And then gagawa tayo ng parang line, connecting these two arrowheads. Okay? Kung saan sila nag-intersect dito sa ating y-axis, that will be our instantaneous center. Ganyan pagkuha, class, ng instantaneous center if meron tayong ganitong setup. So, meaning to say, to solve for the angular velocity of the cylinder, okay, itong angular velocity ng cylinder, since yung cylinder natin upon moving, no, itong direction na to at saka itong direction, so yung velocity ng ating or yung direction ng ating cylinder would most likely or most probably ganito yun, no? Okay? So, ano yung velocity ng ating cylinder? So, i-denote natin yan or i-represent natin yan by omega c, that is the angular velocity of the cylinder. At the same time, we need to solve for the velocity ng cylinder itself. So, we can just use the position of our point C with respect to its instantaneous center. So, itong part na to. Okay? Itong part na to, class. Itong distance na to. No? Itong distance na to. So, kukunin natin yung distance na yan. And then, that is to be multiplied by the omega. Okay? Omega C. Okay? So, anong pwede natin makuha first dito? Pwede natin makuha dito first is yung omega C. Now, how to do it? Okay? So, since meron tayong 0.25 and 0.4, and then, remember class, if I will just be, try natin i-redraw tong two triangles, since they share the same vertex, so we can use what rule in triangle class? We can use the similar triangle. If they are sharing the same point ng vertex natin, or if they have sharing the same, or they are sharing the same vertex, we can use similar triangle. Okay? So, gawin natin, a ratio and proportion natin. So, this one is 0.25. Ito, 0.4. And then, from this point to this point, ito yun, no? From this point to this point, sabihin natin, okay, since the radius ng cylinder is 0.25, so, gawin natin itong part na to be equivalent to x. Okay, x yan, no? Itong part na to. So, ito, ano to? Ano to, class? Ano to natira? Hello? Can anyone tell me ano to natira? If the radius is 0.25, no? Sabihin natin this one is x. So, ano tong natira, class? What's the length of this side here? Ano yung side na yan? So, yung overall niya, eto, diba? From this point right here, papunta dito, that is the same thing as dito hanggang dito. That is the overall diameter of the cylinder. So, that is just twice ng 0.125. So, obviously, that is 2.5. No? No, 0.25. Subtract natin yung x. So, meaning to say, this one is 0.25 minus x. So, yan yung distance dito na part. Now, using the similar triangles na principle, okay, unahin natin tong smaller triangle, itong smaller triangle, ito naman yung biggest triangle. So, yung smaller triangle, unahin natin yung base niya, that is horizontal, 0.25, all over, yung height naman niya is 0.25 minus x. And that is equate natin to the ratio ng base at saka ng height ng bigger triangle. So, 0.4 yung base niya, horizontal, then yung height x. Cross multiplying, we get 25 times x equivalent to 0.4, then 0.25 minus x. Transpose natin to, or yes, okay. At we can also directly shift solve na lang this one. So 0.25 alpha x equivalent yan sa 0.4, that is 0.25 minus alpha x. So, shift solve, makukuha natin yung value to be equivalent to 0.1538. So, sabihin natin 1538. Okay, similar ba tayo nakuha, class? So, that is 0.13, okay, 1538, naka-meters yan. Now, that is the value of x. So, pili lang kayo dito. Saan yung gagamitin ninyo na... Okay, may tanong ba? May tanong? Hello? Wala?
Wala po, sir. Wala po.
Okay, sige. Let's continue. So, pili lang kayo anong gagamitin natin na velocity since they are sharing the same instantaneous center. So, meaning to say, similar lang din yung magiging angular velocity nitong dalawa. So, para to prove that one, so, unahin natin gamitin ito, then yung instantaneous center distance niya, ito yon, and then, let's compare it with this one, 0.4, tapos yung instantaneous center na nakuha natin. Siguro, unahin natin itong 0.4 because we now have the value of x. So, for angular velocity ng ating cylinder, that is just equivalent to velocity ng velocity ng D. Okay? That is equivalent to yung position ng D with respect to its instantaneous center. Ito na part which is obviously equivalent lang to sa X. No? Equivalent lang yan sa X. Okay? And then it's to be multiplied by the omega c yung kukunin natin. Again, pwede lang din natin gamitin yung velocity ng E, itong part na to sa upper part, and then yung position ng ng E pala natin with respect to its instantaneous center. So that is basically equivalent lang sa 0.25 minus x and then omega c. Okay? Just to prove na similar lang yung makukuha natin regardless kung 0.25 or 0.4 yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Sige. So VD 0.4 yan. That is equivalent to RDC which is yung x natin na nakuha. 0.1538. Then omega c. So omega c dito. So yung omega c dito would be equivalent to 0.4 divided by 0.1538. So that is about 2.6 radians per second. 2.6 radians per second. Yan yung omega c natin, no? Kung gagamitin natin to, 0.25 equivalent to 0.25 minus 0.1538, then omega c. Omega c natin dito would be equivalent to 0.25 divided by 0.25 minus 0.1538. So that is still equivalent to 2.6. Okay, similar lang yung makukuha natin. 2.6 radians per second because again they are sharing the 2 points, yung omegas yung point D natin and point E natin, they share the same instantaneous center. So similar lang yung makukuha natin. And then lastly, yung tanong na last would be the velocity ng cylinder ng point C natin. Okay? So velocity ng point C will be equivalent lang yan sa yung omega c na nakuha natin, then yung position ng C natin from instantaneous center. So ano yung position ng C natin from instantaneous center? Ito yung na part, no? Etong highlighted na part, etong part na to. So ano yan, class? Since so most likely andito yan, no? Ano to na part? Anong distance ito? From point C to instantaneous center. So ano to, class? RCIC. Since lahat ng to is 0.25, no? 0.25 yan lahat. Gawin natin is yung RIC omega c, velocity c is 2.6 to. And then yung RCIC natin, so ang gagawin natin dyan is this one. Since lahat ng to diameter, no? That is equivalent to 0.25. I-subtract natin tong 0.25 minus x. Okay? So i-subtract natin yung 0.25 minus x at saka itong x. No? That would be our RCIC. Nakuha niyo? So lahat ng to is equivalent sa ano? Hindi. Wait, sandali ha. Mali pala. Hindi pala yung x dito. Mali. Okay. So if this is x, no? Since half na to, from here to here, ito na side, no? From here to here is 0.125, tama ba? So i-subtract natin tong 0.25 minus x, yan na yung RCIC natin. So yung RCIC natin would be etong part na to, which is yung radius ng ating cylinder, to be subtracted by this part right here. 0.25 minus x, yan na yung ating RCIC. So ito yung gagamitin natin for RCIC. Okay? So 0.125 yung radius to be subtracted by 0.25 minus itong nakuha natin na x1538. Okay? So yung value na makukuha natin dito would be equivalent to 2.6 times 0.125 minus 0.25 minus 0. Importante yung parenthesis dito, class, ha, kasi pag malimutan lang yung isang parenthesis, then that would be yung ibibigay niya na value would be wrong. So yung sagot dito would be 0.075. Sabihin natin 0.75. Okay, that is meters per second. So ito yung sagot natin for this problem. Kuha? Any questions? Any questions?
Wala, sir.
None po, sir.
Okay, none. So very good, no? Very good. So prepare na kayo for the exam this coming Thursday. I think so, no? Sige, example 3 tayo. This is our last example for this day. So the crankshaft AB turns with a clockwise angular velocity of 10 radians per second. Now, we need to determine the velocity of the piston at the instant shown. So, parang similar ito nung first problem natin, only that yung orientation ng ating piston crank cylinder dito is naka-vertical. Doon sa first example, naka-horizontal. Okay? Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo, for mechanical engineering student, importante itong instantaneous center, particularly for machine elements na subject. Although, for civil engineering, magagamit pa rin itong dynamics, no? Okay? So, gawin natin is to identify the instantaneous center first. So, yung crank AB natin will be moving in this direction, no? Yung omega AB niya would be 10 radians per second. So, similarly, okay, yung velocity B natin is always parallel to its or along its direction. So, ito yung velocity B natin, ha? Velocity B. Yan yung velocity B natin. Nakuha nyo ba, class? So, remember lang, kapag ganitong setup, yung direction ng velocity natin for this parang connecting rod, so that is along its rod o BC. Similar dito, tingnan nyo, class. Similar dito, okay? Ito yung BD natin na connecting rod, so along lang din yung direction ng arrow niya, no? So dito, similar to problem number 1, so yung velocity B natin along lang din sa direction ng ano niya, no? Rod niya. Okay? So, gawa tayo ng instantaneous center, 'di ba? Yung instantaneous center. Tama ba? Along ba? Ano ba siya? Okay. So, instantaneous center is maka-create ka ng para 90 degrees. I think mali yung naging ano ko, no. So, make sure na naka-align talaga yan, class, ha. So, gawa na lang tayo ng line galing dito papunta dito. Just to make sure na align yung magiging drawing natin, no? Okay. Yun na yung velocity B natin. Then, gawa tayo ng etong part na to. Okay, etong part na to. Ito naman yung velocity ng C natin, no? So, from there, perpendicular distance, gawa tayo ng parang line projecting this one. So, ito yung 90 degrees. Then, from here, gawa din tayo ng perpendicular distance. Ganyan, no? Although, hindi masyadong, accurate, pero we'll be able to create parang, so, ito 90 degrees yan. So, wala yan, no? So, we'll be able to create a bigger triangle. Okay? Move na lang natin to. Okay, sobra naman. Okay, sandali. Ayan. So, this one right here is our instantaneous center of this point C at saka B. So, di siya accurate masyado, no? Pero, yung drawing ko lang hindi accurate, class, ha? No, sorry. Pero, yung instantaneous center location niya is correct, yan yun. So, pagpalagay natin, this is 90 degrees. Ayan. Ito naman, 90 degrees. Okay? So, yung instantaneous center niya is nandito, yan. Okay. Now, kukunin na natin yung from point B to instantaneous center, sabihin natin RBIC. Okay, RBIC. Dito na part din from point C to its instantaneous center, that is RCIC. Okay, so parang meron tayong triangle pa rin dito, no? Oblique triangle naman this time. Sandali. Mali yung parang ano ko, no? Make sure na try natin i-correct to, class, ha. Make sure na perpendicular talaga sa velocity B. So hindi accurate yung ano ko, no? Paano ba to? Okay, dapat ano siya, no? Very accurate talaga. Okay, sabihin natin ito. 90 degrees na ba? With respect to this one. 90 degrees na, no? With respect to that one. Then meron tayong part nito. Okay. So ito yung instantaneous center natin. Okay, yan. So again, this is RCIC, itong part na to. Then ito naman yung RBIC. So ito 90 degrees yan, ha. So let's just yung mga mga tawag nito, yung mga angle natin. If this is 90, itong part na to, and this one is 13.6, ano tong angle na to, class? So that is 90 to be subtracted by 13.6. So that is equivalent to 76.4, no? 76.4. So if that is 76.4, ano naman tong angle na to, class? Hindi talaga accurate yung drawing ko, no? If that is, ito 76.4, correct yan. Kasi dapat, no, create tayo dito ng parang 180. If this is 13.6, this is 45, lahat ng ito is 180, no? So this one, this angle in here, that is equivalent sa ilan yan, class? 90 minus 13.6 minus 45. Yung sagot dyan is 31.4. Ito, 31.4. Okay, ito is 31.4, no? If this is 31.4, so sandali, sorry, 180 pala to, no, class? Mali.
So, 180, sir?
Yeah, 180. Tama. 180 pala to. So, that is 121.4. If this is 180 overall, 180 minus the answer. So, dapat, ito, 58.6. Itong part na to. So, make sure ito, parang 180 yan, class. Di lang yung accurate yung, ano ko, no, drawing ko. Pero ito, if that is 180, so, itong part na to is 58.6. Okay? 58.6 yan. Then, if that is 58.6, so overall, itong malaking triangle, no? So, 76.4 plus 58.6, then 180 minus ating sagot. So, itong part na to is 45. Ayan. So, draw na natin yung triangle. Di accurate yung ano ko, no? Hay, nako. So, yan, sabihin natin ganyan. Okay. So, this one is 45 degrees. Ito yung instantaneous center natin, class, ha. Okay. Wala pa dyan. Yan. So, paano natin kukunin yung ating RCIC at saka RBIC? I-draw natin ulit yung triangle natin. Oblique triangle yan, class. So, itong side na to, okay, itong side na to is equivalent sa 0.75. Ito is 45, no? Ito is 76.4. Ito is 58.6. Etong part na to is 76.4 ah. So, kukunin natin yung RCIC natin at saka yung RBIC. So, yung gagamitin natin na law dito, since oblique triangle ito, walang angle na 90 degree. So, gagamitin natin would be the sine law. Okay, yung sine law, since given na to, at saka yung angle opposite niya, 45. So, 0.75 over sine 45. I-relate natin yan dito sa, let's say for example, RCIC. At yung angle opposite niya would be, okay, sine 58.6. So, therefore, yung RCIC pala natin would be equivalent to 0.75. Cross multiply na natin kasa. Okay, sine 58.6, then sine 45. Okay, that is our RCIC. Yan ha. And kuha na natin yung calculator natin. So 0.75 to be multiplied by sine 58.6. Okay, all over sine 45. So that is equivalent to 0. Okay, yung RCIC natin, RCIC equivalent yan. So 0.905. 9053. Okay, ano yung fit. Okay, naka-fit yan class. And then for RBIC, similar pa rin. So 0.75 over sine 45. Then dito RBIC, okay, IC all over sine of yung angle naman isa. Ito, opposite to RBIC which is 76.4. 76.4. Okay, yung RBIC natin, okay, yung RBIC natin would be equivalent to, so ito lang yung ma-change, no, itong part na to, 76.4. So that is equivalent to 1.309. 1.0309 pala feet. Okay, yan na yung mga positions natin, no, for, okay, sandali. Okay, position natin ng point B at saka yung point C. So since given yung angular velocity nitong AB, okay, itong AB which is 10 radians per second, makukuha natin yung value ng VB. Then nakuha natin yung value ng VB, gagamitin natin yung RBIC para makuha yung angular velocity ng BC natin. Diba? Yung angular velocity nitong B at saka yung angular velocity nitong C is equivalent lang sa angular velocity ng BC if they are sharing the same instantaneous center. Kuha ba? So, for velocity B, gagamitin natin yung angular velocity ng AB, tapos yung B natin, position ng B with respect to A, or yung instantaneous center niya, dito din, A. So, basically, that is equivalent sa 10 to be multiplied by 0.25. So, yung velocity ng B natin is obviously 2.5 feet per second. So, yan yung gagamitin natin na velocity ng B. Pero ang tanong dito is the velocity of the piston at shown. So, kukunin natin yung velocity at C. So, hindi natin yan makukuha kasi wala tayong angular velocity ng C or angular velocity ng BC. Okay? So, kukunin mo natin yung angular velocity ng B given itong side na to. Okay? So, yung velocity ng B is equivalent din pala sa angular velocity ng BC, and then that is position ng B with respect to its instantaneous center dito. Okay? So, this is 2.5 equivalent yan sa yung angular velocity natin, no? Kukunin natin BC. Okay? Aga na, yung angular velocity ng BC or omega BC is equivalent to omega B is also equivalent to omega C if they have the same instantaneous center. So, yung RBIC natin is 1.0309. So, yung angular velocity BC natin will be equivalent to 2.5 all over 1.0309. So, yung sagot dito is 2.425 radians per second. 2.425 radians per second. Okay, yan yung gagamitin natin na omega dito naman sa point C. So, yung omega C, let's multiply natin yan by RCIC, makukuha natin yung velocity C. So, for velocity pala, omega BC and then that is to be multiplied by RC IC. Okay, so 2.425 to be multiplied by 0.9053 0.9053 feet. So yung velocity C natin will be now equal to 2.425 times 0.9053. So that is equivalent to 2.19 or sabihin natin 2.2 feet per second. Okay? Yan ang yung sagot natin for this problem. Any questions?